Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Miss Fierce here from the Fierce Trade House. And this is my Sunday weekly analysis. If this is your first time, you've never been here, please note that every Sundays I do a review of the charts of the markets with the purpose of just giving you all an idea of where I think the market is going to go, different currencies, different assets. So today I'm starting off with GBP USD. And I'm going to try and keep this analysis session short and sweet, and hopefully you guys will have value. Please, by all means, like and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. And just for me to put a disclaimer out there, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a financial consultant. So anything you see on my channel is purely my bias. Don't take it to the bank in terms of like it's set in stone. Make your own independent investment solution or trading, investment decisions or your trading decisions. Okay, that's out of the way. So we have GU right about this is on the weekly time frame, and we closed bearish last week on GU. In fact, we closed on a major demand zone, and I think in the previous week I hinted that GU would actually get to this demand zone, and I had even marked it out. So we hit the demand zone, and then there's a bit of a rejection, a couple of pips, and I feel like we may see GU now begin to push up again. But let me look at the daily. I mean, like the weekly has been bearish for a while, like all this, like since the, let me say, June of last year. But I feel like we took out some levels of liquidity there. We retested a certain zone. We haven't quite taken out that liquidity. So it's very possible that we'll push up and then maybe continue to push down to just take out, because there's a bit of an imbalance down here. So very potential, I mean, it's very possible that we may just revisit. Let me go on the daily. We may just come back here because there's still pending liquidity. So my take is we may push lower, okay, possibly bounce back up and then come and tap this zone and then continue to the upside, because I also feel like there's some buy side liquidity down here, but I feel like we need to take care of this zone down here first before we push up. So yeah, so we are on a demand zone, okay, so you may see some potentially moves like this, and then like that. That's really, and the purpose would be to take out these highs and then possibly retest this liquidity zone up here. So yeah, that's me on GU. I'm bearish long term, but we may see some retracements on market open. Then we will push down and then possibly pull back again, just because we are targeting this zone of 1.31053. I think once we've taken out this level down here, then we can see GU begin to push back to the upside. Okay, now that's GBP USD. Let me just look at GBPJPY, another GJ pair. So GJ, we can see we took out some highs here. We retested this zone again, and I feel like, you know, we are still, there's loads of liquidity lying downside. Okay, so I think there's potential as well to just come back, take out that liquidity before we go up. So that's really my take. Like, we closed slightly bullish, so we may push up a bit. Actually, we did. Let me see. So I'm just like, yo, this is what we would see. There's also potential to just move to the upside. Let me go. Actually, let me look at this from a daily perspective. I may see something different. So on the daily, we did bounce off a demand zone, and that's why we pushed up and we retested this zone here. Okay. So yeah, I'm bearish on GU right now. I don't think we're gonna push up right now. So I'm just like, this is a potential move. That's what I'm thinking. So near term, I want to see GJ also drop. Okay. On the near term. So that's GJ. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold, guys. Now look at NAS. So gold also closed bearish. Let me just delete some things here that are not adding value right now to this week's analysis. So gold on the weekly, we can see we took out a previous level of liquidity and dropping, and I feel like we still have room to target downside. 1752 for me is still a long-term goal. Okay. And then obviously eventually 1675, but that's really, really long term. But near term, I'm thinking we will just get to this zone. That's on the weekly, right? So we are looking bearish on the weekly. What we see is gold pushed up, didn't quite, I mean, it's left a bit of an imbalance upside, as you can see. But I feel like before we come back to this level of 18, I've been saying for the longest time that we are bullish, but last week that bullish move to the upside was actually cancelled and gold just dropped. It was also FOMC week, so I'm sure commercials are trying to drive price lower so that they can start getting into the market at this zone to begin to push up. So I'm still bearish. The weekly is still looking bearish. Even if we push up, we may push up maybe to the 1805 zone and then drop. Okay, so this target 1752 for me is still viable. I mean, it's quite a ways away. Actually, no, we're at 1791, so we're about 400 pips. Okay, it's actually a distance, not near. We're 400 pips away, but anything can happen. I mean, last week we did about what, 690 pips. So yes, we can actually get to 1752 this week, but there's potential for her to push up and then push down. If not, we'll just drop. Okay, so either way, I am bearish on gold. I'm bearish on gold. So there are other levels here at 1834. Levels here at 1834 that can be revisited as well. So yeah, but I'm bearish. So even if we push up to that level, let me say 1829 is a safer bet and then drop, but I'm bearish. So if let me see, if I look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, we revisited our supply zone. I still think liquidity downside. So 4 hour is still giving me bearish moves. Let's look at US 30. US 30. So US 30 is looking interesting. We are very bullish on US 30 on the 4 hour. Similarly, on the daily, we are really threatening. I mean, we retested this zone a couple of times, a couple of days last week. And so we really rejected, we took out liquidity. So it's very possible that right now, based on just what was happening last week, very potential that we may actually just break to the upside. Okay, so we may just break out to the upside there. So we're looking bullish on US 30. I think we're looking bullish. Let me look at NAS. NAS has become my newest most popular. Let me remove these markings. So we see NAS bearish, took out liquidity, pushed up, we came back, took out some more liquidity, came back, took out even more liquidity, and now I think we are just about ready to push up. So I'm gonna be bullish on NAS this week. Let's look at something else. Let me look at EUROCAD. EUROCAD may continue to push lower. Okay, I think we may continue to push lower. Again, I feel like we are not ready to push up. I still feel there's so much bearish. Let me look at the weekly. I feel like EUROCAD is bearish. You know, we have zones down here that I've been waiting for her to get to, but for whatever reason, she's been resisting. So, I mean, that's about like what, 255, maybe 260 pips away. So my zone here, which begins at 1.39424, is actually a zone I would be targeting for EUROCAD to get to this week. Okay, every sign here, I mean, look at this drop down here, very aggressive. So I feel like we need to get here, bounce off this zone, and then begin to push up. Okay, so right now still bearish on EUROCAD. Maybe I can look at EURGBP. I don't trade it much, but yeah, EURGBP bearish, looking very bearish, looking at targeting this liquidity. And I've been bearish anyway. We can see what happened last week. The previous week closed bullish, and then when the market opened, it pushed up aggressively, and it looked like it was beginning to buy. And then guess what happened? It just dropped. So my take is we are still bullish on EURGBP. This was my analysis for last week, and it remains the same. Yeah, so guys, I think I've looked at the major. What happened? Let me look at AUDUSD, possibly. So AUDUSD last week I was bullish. That didn't happen. You can see we ended up dropping, which is no surprise. I mean, FOMC week, earnings week. So I guess we were targeting liquidity downside. Actually, in hindsight, when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, we were definitely targeting this lower liquidity levels here. And we took out that liquidity. And I feel like maybe this week we may now begin to see the push to the upside, because we actually took out this previous lows, and we also took out this previous lows here. So chances are we'll begin to see the trend pushing to the upside. Okay, so guys, I hope that makes some sense. Yeah, like this was a really good, in fact, when I look at it, when I look at AUD in hindsight, this was a really good target. So when the market opened up here, I mean, this was definitely a good target, and you can see that it hit because this is a liquidity level, and it took out that liquidity. And now I think is when now, yes, we are going to try and retest the 0.70988 level. That's really what I am seeing. Or 0.70973. Yeah, that's basically about 60 pips. Is it 60 pips away? No, sorry, not 60 pips, about 100 pips away. I mean, yeah, at least on the near term. So we'll keep an eye on the market open. I will drop some charts in my Telegram group and also on my YouTube community group. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys can see what I see. Like I said, this is not financial advice. This is just my bias, and I hope it's been of value. So yeah, that's gold. Yeah, guys, so see you soon, guys. Take care. Yeah, if you need me to look at any specific pair this week, feel free to just drop a comment, and I will definitely do that for you. So thank you once again, and see you soon. Bye.